Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith at the Black Quant Edge VTF here at T3 Live with this week's market wrap-up. And how long have I been here? 6, 7, something years? How long, ever since I got here, how many times do I have to tell you everything trades in a continuous series of broadening formations? Period. Here we are again, all right? S&P Spider, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, bam, back into the highs. Here's your 30-minute broadening formation in the SPY, all right? And so what you want to do with these is first when you identify them, we want them to get bigger, right? Because that's what they do. They get bigger, they're broadened by definition. And so when you get this, like yesterday, and starts going momentum, we know they're taking this out, right? And we're looking for continuation patterns in this. And if you go to QQQ, you'll see on the 60, bam, 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 bam. And when it comes up to take this out, they shoot for the all-time highs, and then you can take this out here. Bam, here's your 60-minute broadening formation in the QQQ. So what happened today is now we go inside day. All right, now we're inside day. So we're going to try and use these inside days come Monday to try and get out of these triangles. They're either going to drop back into them, we're going to try to expand them to the upside. SPY does this here. And so here SPY still has all-time highs to go after here, but here you can see the broadening formation on the daily. You just look at the lower lows and the higher highs, all right? And we can identify smaller ones by outside bars. An outside bar here took out both sides of the range. It has to be a broadening formation. It can't not be. It took out both sides. If we go to QQQ, you're going to see this weekly. This week was an outside week for QQQ. All right? It has to be a broadening formation. It took out both sides of the range, and that's why when you go to the 60, you're going to see this. So what's important is you don't have to try and pick the bottoms and the tops. You don't have to do that. It's once they start getting back, ripping back through ranges is when we want to get them. And so you can see it's something like Alta. And so Alta, daily, here, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. And then as it comes back up here, you can see the power move as the formation starts to grow bigger. You're going to see it in Coke. Coke here. The higher high, the lower low, the higher high, the lower low. Come up here, make the shorter one, then lower low, higher high, all the way back down. And so when the Coke starts screaming down through here, they're going to take out all the levels that people could possibly be long against. Here, there, and here. Bam, and then it exhausts. And you'll see it in XLP here. Bam, 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 bam. And then the bigger move. That's why you wait for these things to get bigger. And you'll see it in Noble Energy, NBL Daily here. Bam, 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 bam. And so we can watch energy. And if you look at HFC, sometimes things go into momentum, right? And the triangles will be smaller. They'll like here, you can see in the slight lower low, inside day and gone. But then if you take a look at the major situation here, look at this, monthly. Higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. And now powering back up through here, right? And that's the kind of stuff we want to look for. And I talk about this in the weekend videos that I make every weekend. You can get that through T3 Live. I've also been posting on the T3 Live Facebook site every night and reviewing the stuff that I talk about each night. Because one of the things I talk about is being able to trade the momentum when it's there, being able to trade the gap list that I tweet out every morning on Twitter, at Robin the Black. And so last night I made a video about yesterday's move in NTES here and explained exactly how to get in on it. And it happened again, even bigger today. If you just go here to the 5-minute, using the inside bar, 5-minute, this is an inside 5-minute bar entry this morning. Here, that entry was 350.70, and this thing screamed another like $18 off of that. I talk about watching the gap list. And you don't have to be having a 5-minute chart. You can go down to a 30 or a 60, and you can see the Williams-Sonoma here inside on the 30, and then that breaks down below 46.51. Another $2.50 down before that even turned. And if you know how to use the inside bars during volatility, you can come down here. You see this inside 15 and reverse and get back up if you like. So knowing all that stuff, and then is, like I said, I've been saying this for years, and here it is again and again and again. And so for the SPY and the Qs, we're going to need to get out of here. All right? We need to get out of this thing. Right, and then stay out, and we drop back in. So we can look for continuation patterns to come all the way back down and try and take this stuff out. Or anytime you're trying to get through this stuff is something we want to know. But you certainly want to be aware of where you are in these broadening formations. Otherwise, you're going to get chopped up. And then that's when things are expanding. When things are contracting, they form the inside bars. And that's going to give us the clues what direction we can look for next week. And so if we look at some of the major inside weeks, as far as the Dow Jones is concerned, you have Boeing, inside week consolidation. You've got UNH as an inside week. You've got McDonald's. You've got Disney, Boeing, Disney. And so all that kind of stuff. And Disney, once again, was inside week to the upside here. Now goes inside week to the potential here. Up, sideways, measured move, and try and take all this stuff out because you have a combination here. That's a monthly, inside month, and a potential inside week combination. We can keep an eye on Disney. If you go into Techland, Netflix goes inside week. Here, you've got Texas Instruments. You've got NVIDIA. All right, these are the consolidation guys. And if you go to the transports, UPS, to see if this gets any worse. So the sooner you understand that everything trades like that, the happier you're going to be trying to figure out what kind of pattern you're looking at, because that's what will happen is if you've ever made a little, then lost it all and gotten killed, that's why. The ranges will tighten, slowly expand, and then get much bigger than you realize. And that's when people are like, it's beast mode, what's it doing, it's crazy. Triangle is expanding, it's getting bigger, the broadening formation is getting bigger. So I wholeheartedly invite you to come to the T3 Live Facebook page where I post there. Come see me during the day and certainly watch that gapper list and figure out how to do that. You're going to be a lot happier. So I hope everybody had a great week and has an even better weekend. All right, I'm Rob Smith, the In the Black Quantity VTF here at T3 Live with this week's Market Wrap-Up.